free giveaway. Friday!
Crabtendo.
What is going on, guys? So I'm back doing my favorite thing that I like to do on these Fridays, and that is a giveaway. But before I start, I want to say congratulations to Terry Walker, straight out of the United Kingdom, for winning the SB3 last week. I will be sending it straight to the United Kingdom. Make sure you take a picture of yourself enjoying it, because I want to share it with the world, and I do appreciate you for entering the contest. And for all those people that missed out on that controller, well, here we have another one, and this is the Traktor S2 Mark III, which is the latest controller by Native Instruments, and it works with their Traktor DJ software. And one of the things I want to point out to you guys is to make sure that you visit the link in the description box and sign up for the mailing list. But if you sign up for the mailing list on October 18th, 2019, then you don't have to sign up again. But if you haven't signed up for the mailing list in a while, then you're going to have to sign up so that you're in the giveaway mailing list, so that way you'll know about all the giveaways that we're doing at dj@mcree.net. So more about this controller right here, which is the S2, and yes, it is pretty darn cool. As you can see, it has some nice sized jog wheels, but what I want to do, since I didn't do it in the last video, is cover some of the aisles here. So one of the things I want to point out is that it has an RCA jack and a mic in jack and a volume knob. And with that, you have a little bit of a minimalistic setup that you can do. And one of the things that I do want to highlight about this controller is that it comes with the Traktor DJ software that works on both iOS and on Windows and Mac, so everybody gets to celebrate with this. And also it comes with the Traktor DJ Pro software, so it comes with a full license with this, and that kind of separates this controller from many of the other controllers on the market, because you don't have to pay an extra fee once you get this controller. So that's already a good thing about this. And now we're going to go and talk about this in this review, because I know you guys want to see this in action. So let's go ahead and do that. One of the things I wanted to talk about as far as this controller goes, this is a budget controller, but it still comes with a full version of Traktor DJ Pro. And so we're up to version 3 right now. This is the one I'm using right now. This is the one that you see. So it also is a Traktor DJ version that you can download that's for free, and you don't have to have a controller at all for that. Everybody can check that out. Just check out Traktor DJ for free, and they have an iOS version, which is very good. I've already shown that on this channel. You can check out that video at the top right of the screen. It's really dope, I promise you. And it was designed for this particular controller right here as well. One thing I do want to say as a negative, and I want to point this out while I have the preferences pulled up, is that right now the output routing is not there. Like, it's a glitch. And yes, I did update all the drivers and make sure that everything is up to date. And that's kind of weird, because I've tested this controller out on multiple occasions and it worked very fine. But the day I try to screen record something, it does not work. But, you know, I'm selecting, you know, your output masters and all that, and you can see that I can't get any of those drivers to work. And that is a pain in the butt. And I really wish and hope that Native Instruments see this video and that they see that there is some issues that need to be fixed right there. I'll gladly partake in some type of Q&A of some type. But anyways, there is a way around that. All you have to do is just select your audio drivers. You can actually mix while you're on your laptop, and you don't have to use the audio drivers or the audio card that's on the Traktor Control S2. Though, as you can see, the latency just went up from 7 milliseconds to 39.2, which is god awful for when you want to mix, but it's still possible. So with that being said, let's go ahead and do that. So while we're at this right now, let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and press play on the track here. And we're going to talk about this mixer here. So this is the volume fader, and it has some nice tension to it, of course. And that seems to be traditional through all DJ controllers. Then you have the crossfader, which is buttery smooth. It's not like as smooth as like my innovator on my analog one, but whatever. It's still good. You really wouldn't notice the difference, and you can get the cuts out there. Speaking of which, you can adjust the crossfader's curve inside of the software. So it's not necessary that you have to set it up like via on the actual mixer itself. So I see a lot of people that make those comments or ask that. You also have your cue buttons right here, so you can listen to a track here. So per se, you wouldn't be able to hear this right deck until I bring the right deck in. You can listen to it in your headphones by pressing this cue and then being able to hear while you're mixing with this one right here, this jog wheel. So let's go ahead and get back to it. You have 4 effects by default, which you can change in the software. And it's post volume fader, not post crossfader though. You have this one right here, this effect, which is like a delay. Then you have sweeping, which is pretty cool. Of course, my crossfader is set up too slow for me to cut it in and out, but whatever. Then you have this effect, which is stuttering. And so forth. You can just turn it off, but you only can have one effect on at a time, unlike how it is in Serato. That's weird. So this is your EQ session right here, and they are full kills, as you can hear. It's the highs, mids, lows. Then you have your gain knob. Turn up the volume, and then you have your master gain right here in the middle. Then you have your sample gain for when you are launching samples. I don't have any samples loaded into my pads, so then you can mix you have your headphone mix. Yeah, so it's a pretty decent, straightforward design. As you can see, it's very, very plain Jane. That's great for like beginners and anybody that's like intermediate that just has like a minimalistic view of mixing. If you're using if you like using 2 channels, if you're not a 4-deck guy, this is pretty good for that. Also, we have the jog wheels, and the jog wheels are pretty nice. As you can see, they're pretty big. But it seems like to be the story of most of the budget controllers these days is that they have pretty decently sized jog wheels. Nonetheless, unfortunately, I have a latency of 39.2 right now. So if I was to scratch, oh my gosh. It's not that bad, but you can tell the difference. You really can. So yeah. So with that being said, you can go and press Q and Shift, and that will set it to the beginning. I don't know if I actually said that. Of course, you have hot cues. So those hot cues actually are pretty cool. I mean, you can press Shift to get rid of them, just like you would on any standard controller. And that is a useful tool for that. And also you have your grid. If you want to slide the grid, you just hold the grid button and you can adjust the grid. You can just nudge it over and stuff like that. And that's pretty decent. I'm not something that I would really use. Not like how I would use like key lock, which is really good. Key lock is a really good feature that you get out the box and you don't have to pay an extra $9, $10, $20 or whatever. And that's really good to have. Also, you know, you have different modes in which you can do this right here, which is flex. And flex is a really good mode because if you do backspins, it will continue to play on beat. So that's very beginner friendly. Same thing with reverse, press reverse. So if like somebody has like a dirty word, you don't have a clean version of a song, you can just scrub that out with reverse and that'd be cool. What I do want to show you is this browser. So this is how you would select songs. Both decks have their own individual browsers, so that is a really good feature as well. Of course, there is a sync button. I just want to mention that if you don't know, sync button allows you to do things easier, and that's fine. So what I want to do here is demonstrate this browser button. what you could do is scrub through your song. So if you have a song that you want to pick in particular, you can do that. And then you also can go and make everything go away from your decks. You can shrink your decks from there, and you could also do preparation of different tracks that you want to use. So that's a really good tool to have, and a great way to search for your songs and stuff like that. I think that's a really good tool. So tell me how you feel about this controller. One of the main things I really like about it is that it comes with fully licensed software that comes with all the bells and whistles out the box, and that is really good. The other thing that I like about it is very simplified as far as the mixer goes, and that's really good for beginner DJs not to be overwhelmed with a lot of bells and whistles off top. One of the things I don't like about it is the small pitch faders over here, and the small pitch faders, I mean, that's a kind of a thing with budget controllers, is that they already have like this compact thing about it, so that make sure that you can carry anywhere, and that is portable. So that is like a good and bad thing about it, but at the same time, it's not that bad or big of a deal because a lot of budget DJ controllers do that. But one thing I really wish that a lot of companies will consider in the future is that they have some type of tracking wheel or some type of cue where you can be able to DJ and stuff without looking at the control or looking at the software. My bad. But yeah, I mean, that's just wishful thinking. That's something I want to get into another video. But overall, I do feel that this controller is very good for the money. The other con, I guess, would probably be the pads. I felt that the pads weren't very actionable. They have a low action as you have to hit them a little close to the edge right here at the bottom of the pads. It's not like how the machine pads are where they have full action on top of it and then you can just touch anywhere on the pads and they activate. And that's kind of a bummer. That's one thing I hope that they will work on in the future if they do ever come up with another controller. But other than that though, it's a pretty damn good package for the price at $300. So yeah. Do I give this controller the DJ app stamp of approval? I will say yes. I say about like 75, 85% yes. Maybe just a full stamp of approval because, I mean, it really is a budget controller and it's pretty damn good.